Hey guys, welcome back to Genealogy and Chronology. Today, we will be discussing about the complete genealogical history of the Chalukya dynasty. The roots of the Chalukyas date back to the classical ages. This one dynasty split into three distinct independent kingdoms, ruling over large parts of South India between 540 CE and 1279 CE. This chart is the last part in the four-part series on the Chalukyas of Deccan project by Genealogy and Chronology. I won't be going into details of each individual monarch's rule as this chart has over 80 monarchs. If you want to learn in detail more about each individual dynasty of the Chalukyas, then you can go ahead and watch the Chalukyas of Deccan playlist on my channel. The original Chalukya dynasty was known as the Badami Chalukya dynasty because it was ruled from the city of Badami. In those days, Badami was known as Vatapi. Initially, the Badami Chalukyas served as feudatories under the Kadambas. Around 540 CE, Pulakeshin I declared independence from the Kadambas and established the Badami Chalukya dynasty. More territory was added to the Badami kingdom during the rule of Pulakeshin II, who was the grandson of Pulakeshin I. Pulakeshin II defeated the Vishnukundis and annexed their kingdom into the Badami kingdom in 621 CE. 3 years later, in 624 CE, Pulakeshin II's brother Kubja Vishnuvardhana broke away from his brother and established the Vengi Chalukya dynasty. We will come back to the Vengi Chalukyas a bit later. Moving on, Pulakeshin II was followed by 3 of his sons and 3 of his grandsons as kings. The decline of the Badamis started in the early 8th century. In 753 CE, the last Badami Chalukya king, Kirtivarma II, was overthrown by Dantivarma II, who went on to establish the Rashtrakuta dynasty. The Badami Chalukya princes lost power to the Rashtrakutas but still ruled over small fiefs under the Rashtrakutas. Eventually, the princes of the Badami Chalukyas had marital relations with the Rashtrakuta royal house. Ayyana, a Chalukya prince, was married to the daughter of Krishna II, 7th king of the Rashtrakutas. The Badami princes rose in power and prestige by marrying the Rashtrakutas. Tailapa II, who was the grandson of Ayyana, would rebel against the Rashtrakutas and re-establish the Chalukya rule over western Deccan. The capital of the western Chalukyas was shifted to Kalyani by Someshwara I. Hence, the dynasty came to be known as the Kalyani Chalukya dynasty. Kalyani Chalukyas were greater in power compared to their eastern cousins. Therefore, the Chola Empire sided with the Vengi Chalukyas to check the rising power of the Kalyanis. Vikramaditya VI, who was the 7th king of the Kalyani Chalukyas, was even married to the daughter of the Chola Emperor Veera Rajendra Chola. It is unconfirmed if subsequent Kalyani kings trace their ancestry to this marriage. By the mid-1100s, the Kalyani Chalukyas were declining in power. Tailapa III lost Telangana region to the newly established Kakatiya dynasty. His grandson Someshwara IV was the last Kalyani king. By 1200, the Kalyani Chalukya kingdom was divided between the Hoysalas and the newly established Yadava dynasty. Coming back to the Eastern Chalukya dynasty, the dynasty was established in 624 CE by Kubja Vishnuvardhana, who broke away from his brother Pulakeshin II, 4th king of the Badamis. If you have not yet noticed, 2 of Pulakeshin's sons became king, then 2 of his grandsons became king, and then 5 of his great-grandsons became kings, and then again 4 of his great-great-grandsons became kings. That's pretty impressive. The Vengi Chalukyas ruled over the fertile delta lands of Godavari and Krishna and were constantly attacked by their neighbors. They outlasted not just the Badami Chalukyas but also the Rashtrakutas and the Kalyani Chalukyas. First 3 centuries of Vengi rule saw stable governance of many famous kings such as Kubja Vishnuvardhana, Jayasimha, Vishnuvardhana II, Vishnuvardhana III, Vijayaditya and Vishnuvardhana IV. The Rashtrakutas sacked Vengi multiple times, but soon the 2 kingdoms became allies. In 772 CE, Vishnuvardhana IV became king and was married to Sila Bhattarika, daughter of Rashtrakuta king Dharavarsha. The Vengi kingdom prospered for a period of time between the reigns of Vijayaditya II and Chalukya Bhima I. What followed next was a period of uncertainty for the Vengi Chalukyas. After Chalukya Bhima I died in 921 AD, a civil war and succession crisis engulfed the Vengi Chalukyas. 6 kings from 3 different branches reigned within a span of just 7 years. It was Chalukya Bhima II, grandson of Chalukya Bhima I, who restored some level of order. After the death of Chalukya Bhima II, the Vengi Chalukyas again faced a civil war where two different branches of the royal house fought for power. With the help of the Kakatiya chieftains, Dhanarnava ascended the throne in 970 CE, but his rule lasted only 3 years. In 973, Dhanarnava was killed by Jatachoda Bhima of the Telugu Choda family, and he usurped the throne for 26 years from the Vengi Chalukyas. 973 is also the year when the Rashtrakuta rule came to an end following the establishment of the Kalyani Chalukya dynasty by Tailapa II, who was a descendant of the Badami Chalukya royal house. In 999, Saktivarman I, son of Dhanarnava, overthrew Jatachoda Bhima and reclaimed his kingdom. With the rising power of the Kalyani Chalukyas in the west, the Chola Empire needed allies to defend its territories. The Chola Emperor started interfering in Vengi Chalukya affairs at this point in history. In 1011 CE, Chola Emperor Rajaraja I supported Vimaladitya, brother of Saktivarman I, and installed him on the Vengi throne. He also gave his daughter in marriage to him. In 1018, Vimaladitya passed away and he was succeeded by his son Rajaraja Narendra. Narendra married his first cousin and Chola princess Amangai Devi. Between 1031 and 1035, Vijayaditya VII, who was half-brother of Rajaraja Narendra, seized the Vengi throne for 4 years from Narendra. In 1035, with the aid of the Chola army, Narendra overthrew Vijayaditya VII and started his second tenure as king of Vengi. In 1061 CE, Rajaraja Narendra passed away, and Vijayaditya VII again usurped the throne, and this time he ruled for 14 more years. By this time, the Chola Empire was facing its own issues with the rising power of the Pandyas, Hoysalas, and the Western Chalukyas. Following the death of the Chola Emperor Veerarajendra Chola, his son Adirajendra became emperor, but died shortly after ascending to the throne. Despite being from a female branch of the royal house, and despite many male Chola princes still being alive, Kulothunga I, son of Rajaraja Narendra, saw his opportunity and established himself as Chola emperor. Kulothunga I reconciled with his uncle and allowed him to rule over Vengi until his death. In 1075 CE, Vijayaditya VII passed away. As Kulothunga was heir to the Vengi throne, he incorporated Vengi as a province of the Chola Empire. Kulothunga also married his first cousin and Chola princess Madhurantaki Devi. After reigning for 47 years, Kulothunga I passed away in 1122. He was succeeded by his son Vikrama Chola as Chola emperor and also Vengi king. Vikrama Chola reigned for 11 years, and in 1133 he was succeeded by his son Kulothunga II. Kulothunga II's sister married her third cousin, who was a direct male line Chola prince. Kulothunga II reigned for 17 years, and in 1150 he was succeeded by his son Rajendra Chola II. Rajendra Chola II reigned for 23 years. As he did not have any suitable heirs, he was succeeded by his first cousin Rajadiraja II. Rajadiraja was maternal grandson of Vikrama Chola and great-great-grandson of Veera Rajendra Chola. This meant that a direct male line descendant of the Chola royal house ascended the Chola throne after 100 years. Unfortunately, the decline of the Cholas began with him. After a 5-year reign, Rajadiraja II was followed by his son Kulothunga III. He tried to expand his kingdom to its former glory, but his victories in battle were short-lived. Kulothunga III married a Hoysala princess, and the two kingdoms became allies. Kulothunga III passed away in 1216. Vengi was lost to the Telugu Chodas around the same time. Later, the Kakatiyas defeated the Telugu Chodas and united all Telugu-speaking regions under one banner. Rajaraja Chola III succeeded his father over a very diminished Chola empire. Rajaraja Chola III married his first cousin, who was the sister of 9th Hoysala king Veera Someshwara. In 1246, Rajaraja Chola III was overthrown by his brother Rajendra Chola III. In 1279, the Cholas lost a major war against the Pandyas. This concluded the rule of the mighty Chola Empire. After the collapse of the Chola dynasty, the princes of the Chola dynasty and the Vengi dynasty became feudatories of the Kakatiyas, Hoysalas, and Pandyas. They continued to rule over small fiefs but never rose to power again. We all know that the famous Kakatiya queen Rudrama Devi was married to a Vengi Chalukya prince named Veerabhadra. We all know that Vengi kings or princes did not take the prefix of Veera, rather, it was the Hoysalas who used that prefix. In my opinion, Veerabhadra could have been the son of Rajaraja Chola III who married a Hoysala princess. This concludes the Chalukya rule over the Deccan region. I hope you all like this complete overview of the Chalukya dynasty royal house. In last week of this month, I will go over the Vakataka dynasty family tree, which is part 9 of the 12-part series in the History of Telangana project by Genealogy and Chronology. You can watch videos of the 8 dynasties that ruled Telangana from 420 CE to 1948 CE by clicking on the playlist on my channel. Please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel and sharing this video with your friends and family. If you want to buy a printed copy of this chart, you can order one from my website genealogyandchronology.com. If you like my work, please consider supporting me on Patreon by becoming a member, or you can buy me a coffee by scanning this QR code. Thank you.